Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We're here to discuss Newcastle 0, Arsenal 2. Quite a comfortable away win in the end for Arsenal. They never really got out of second gear. El Nene, obviously, with the first goal and Aubameyang with a second. Steve, what did you make of that?
Yeah, it's pretty much what you said. We never really got out of second, third gear. It was very easy. I think we played well. I thought that Newcastle were pretty awful. Did we make them look awful, or did we play really well? It may have been a bit of Newcastle being awful, but I do think that if they did step up a bit, we would have stepped up. So yeah, I thought if we're going to go by the first half, I thought Bellerin was was doing well on the right there. We'll talk about the goal and who played well, but overall very satisfied. 2-0 win to go into. There was a few things I wasn't happy with, and there was a few things I wasn't happy with, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a moment.
Yeah, obviously, El Nene got the first goal and good finish, but not taking anything away from him. I thought the goalkeeper had like them chocolate wrists. I thought he, weak hands for that. Very unexpected first goal scorer for Arsenal. I think that's his first goal for Arsenal in the Premier League in however many seasons he's been with us. What did you make of the goal, and what did you make of his performance overall, Steve?
The goal was pretty much what you said. He struck it well.
Yeah.
He could do. He got plenty behind it. He got it on target, and as you said, the goalkeeper made a bit of a mess of it. As far as Nene's performance went through the old game, I thought he had a fantastic game. I didn't think he did nothing wrong. I thought we looked pretty sturdy. I was watching him like a hawk, just to see how he would compare to how Partey and Jack has done in their recent weeks.
Yeah,
and he did well. His pass, he was fine. He was chasing. He got back. He got his foot in, and he scored a goal. So yeah, for as far as El Nene goes. If I was to give him a mark out of 10, I probably would have given him 7 out of 10. I thought he had a good game. Yeah,
it was. I guess it was sort of the perfect game for him. He wasn't really put under too much pressure. Yeah, just kept the ball. Didn't again? He doesn't do a lot wrong, but he just does the simple stuff. I think against that type of opposition, he's fine. He's fine. You can play him in there. And I thought Ceballos had a decent game as well. Was busy. What did you think of Ceballos?
I thought he could have done a little bit more. I was watching him, and he was buzzing around, and he was busy, but there wasn't really any end product from that. Yeah. But he was what Dennis Ceballos is. He gets he runs around, he gets busy. Is exactly what you said. I thought Odegaard was awful.
Really?
I just don't know. Again, awful is a strong word, isn't it? So I'll take away the word awful.
Do you mean like we expect more? Do you think we expect more of him?
I wanted more from him.
Yeah.
When he got the ball, he did. Was a bit sloppy at some times, and I wanted him to play some through balls. I wanted him to look dangerous coming forwards, but he never really looked like he was going to be a threat at any point.
Yeah.
I just thought Ceballos and Odegaard could, with the way United were today, I thought they could have done a lot more. And as for William, oh my God.
I think he's the most. No, he's the most least threatening forward player, isn't he? You know what I think, Steve? You know what I think with William? I think he's got zero confidence to go forward. And if you've got a forward player that doesn't want to beat a man and make something happen, there's no point having them on the pitch.
No,
and I think that's why Arsenal fans have been really upset and don't enjoy watching him play, because he's not really giving the team much going forward. He'll get the ball, and you're not sitting on the edge of your seat, are you?
No. I mean, there was a couple of things where you just put your head in your hands when you was like, what are you doing? And he's not even he's not even a quarter of the player that he was at Chelsea. And I think you said a little while ago, maybe thought you a bit harsh to say you'll never see him in an Arsenal shirt again. But I don't think you're far off. I mean, I just can't see what he gives the team. He doesn't give the team anything.
Yeah.
And when you see some of the players that are on the bench, you think, why are you playing him? And I think the only reason why they could be playing him is that he's on one massive contract, and he's been playing a lot of money.
Yeah.
Another disaster. It looks like a poor signing by Arsenal, or maybe not a poor signing. Maybe he was a good signing, but he's just someone who's just can't be bothered.
Yeah. On a brighter note, Steve, I know you mentioned there was a couple of things that you were sort of happy with. What did you see as a sort of bright sparks from the game, would you say?
I thought Matthew Ryan played very well.
Yeah.
I thought he was very assured. He gives. I don't know what he gives the Arsenal defenders, how they feel, but he fills me with confidence when he's in goal. When everything comes across, he's very assured. He never when he catches the ball, and when he has shots, he'll hold on to them. I thought he had a very good game.
Yeah.
I thought David Luiz was fantastic. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I said in the preview that David Luiz, I always thought was very, very important to Arsenal. And I thought up until he got carried off, which I was absolutely gutted, because at that time he was my man of the match. He was going on to that bit. I loved fantastic ball for the first goal. Onto what was the first goal? I can't remember. It was
might have been out to the left wing, perhaps.
Yeah, out to the left wing, and I think Martinelli crossed it, didn't he? Lovely cross from, was it Martinelli? I can't remember, but and Aubameyang, miskicked it, but then he buried it. It was a great ball from Luiz. I thought Xhaka did all right. I thought Bellerin did all right. I thought they could have 2 ticks. Gabriel played well. But my man of the match. Was Martinelli.
Right. Yeah. He just looked dangerous, didn't he? He just looked like he could beat his full back. Obviously, a quality ball for Aubameyang's goal, and you got to think that with the game on Thursday night, we spoke before the game, like Aubameyang needed a goal, didn't he? He hasn't had the best of times, and it was a really nice finish as well. It probably wasn't as easy as it looked. I know it's an open goal, but he really stretched his leg in a good. He really put his. It was a difficult height for him, and you could see a lot of people missing that, or not getting to the ball, or miskicking it. But that's a very, very good finish. Steve, you mentioned that Luiz had a good game, and I agree with you. So, how much of a worry is it that he's picked up a hamstring injury? I mean, we don't know how bad it is, but with hamstrings, normally they could be a few weeks. So that could be him out of the game on Thursday. How much of a loss do you think that would be for Arsenal?
Massive, absolutely enormous loss. I'm sure Arteta put him in today to get him ready for that game. No doubt at all about that. David Luiz would be first name on that defensive team sheet to go and play in a massive semi-final in Europe. No question.
Yeah.
And I think he will be a massive loss. I think the way El Neni played in the first half, which was very well, was a lot damn Louise doing the covering, Jerome. Like what we said, because what Elney seemed to be doing that party Xhaka didn't do when they had the pivot role was that they didn't go forward. You know, there was that they up there when they did the pivot, they didn't go forward. But on any, I thought, well, you're going forward. You seem to be getting up, hence the goal. But that was because Louise had that intelligence, like we said in the preview, to cover El Nene. He knew when to do. So, mate, I mean, what do you think? I just think, massive.
Yeah, it is. And the way Louise was playing, I don't know if you agree with this. He's got sort of, I wouldn't call it an arrogance, but it's like he's better than what he's up against, if you know what I mean. He seemed very confident. He wasn't rushing anything. He just was taking his time. He was playing at his own pace. And I think if you ask me who would I rather have on that right side of defence, the right centre back, Holding or Louise, I think most Arsenal fans would probably say Louise. So I think that is going to be quite a big miss for next week.
Especially where we've got to go forward and get a goal, and we've got to go out and attack. You want that person who's going to cover people to get forward, and I don't trust the others to come in and do that. To be honest with you, or it really worries me that whoever does come in won't be able to do it as well as Louise, if at all.
Yeah, it's also missing that experience, because in this type of game, you've got to hold your nerve, haven't you? Mm-hmm. And having a player like Louise who's been there, seen it, done it, he, I wouldn't say he'll relish the occasion, but he's been through this sort of stuff before, so he knows how to handle it. Whereas Holding might be a little, I know he's played in big games, Holding, but obviously not as many as Louise. So, But
just if I can ask you something, mate. I mean, we're not going to be. We won't be talking until the pre-match preview on Thursday for Arsenal's biggest game in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Without any shadow of a doubt. Who's that free? Who will be that free to play in that midfield? Like today, it was El Nini, Ceballos, and Odegaard.
Yeah. So if it was up to me,
Williams,
I'd play.
That, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, the middle three, I would go with Xhaka and Partey as your base, and then in front of it, probably Odegaard or Smith Rowe. I wouldn't play Xhaka left back. I just wouldn't do it. I think
doesn't look like Tierney's fit, does it?
No, it doesn't look like Tierney's fit, and I don't think the manager wants to put Saka left back. I think he wants Saka higher up the pitch. So it's if I had to place a bet on it, I would have Saka left back, and I'd have Xhaka, Partey, and Odegaard in the middle. Then I'd have. I'll need to think about it more close to the game, but Xhaka, Partey, and Odegaard probably as the three in the middle. But we'll see. I'm sure the manager will surprise us with his selections. Anything like
it's a difficult one because it's one of them ones I can't decide. Anyway.
We'll think about it closer to the preview, and then once we do the preview, we'll see what the manager's decided. But anyway, decent result for Arsenal, and they move on to Thursday. Rightio, Steve, thank you ever so much. That was
welcome.
Top draw as always. So everyone, thanks for joining as well. We'll be back later on tonight at 8:00, and I believe Nate. Obviously the United Liverpool game's been delayed a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been.
You've seen that? It's been delayed for a couple of hours. Because normally Nathan would come on and do the review after the game, but I don't know what's going to happen with that, depending on the time. But we're back at 8. We're talking about the Hall of Fame, Premier League Hall of Fame, Young Player of the Year, a few FA Youth Cup games as well. So lots to discuss at 8:00. So join us then, and we'll see you in a bit. Cheers, Steve.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. See you, everyone. Bye.